Would you look at that? Another box, another electric bicycle. So another review, here we go. This is a new one though, because these names, I don't know where they come up with these names, but they're as unique as anybody's name. ENGWE. I don't even know how to say that. ENGWE, I guess. It almost looks like engine, but it's not. It's ENGWE. ENGWE. Anyway, ENGWE. Here is the next bike. This bike is a little bit on the different side. It's a folding bike. It has some pretty nice features. I'm not even going to bore you with the details here right now. I'm going to open the box. We'll take a look at it together. How about that? All right. Nicely packed, typical. They're usually in like a few pieces, clearly. So you see our front wheel here, frame, handlebars will be along the side. This is typical, but everything looks like it's intact. The packing survived. Sometimes we get some pretty nasty shipping jobs, but this time I think it's not bad. There we go. Hopefully that helps you visualize what that looks like inside the package on its way from old China. You can see pretty tight little compact shipping job there. Full disclaimer, I am sick. I was under the weather for the past week and I'm still recovering. So bear with me. If I sound a little funny, that's why. So I'm gonna put this thing together here. Let's see if we can get this, I mean, it actually is pretty much all together. You can see just removing basic stuff, removing packing materials. We're gonna have to obviously put the front wheel on, seat, basic stuff. But one thing I see already that's making me happy, hydraulic brakes. Yes, big deal on these bikes, in my opinion. It makes a huge difference just overall in the way that these things feel safety-wise when you're cruising 20, 30 miles an hour and you go to yank on the brake in an emergency or in a quick stopping situation. There's no better feeling than hydraulic brakes. Mechanical brakes, I mean, you can grab all the brake, front and rear, and sometimes it's still not enough. So that's a huge plus already on this bad boy. And we've got it together. So there it is, the ENGWE bike. It's an ENGWE looking bike, all black, pretty decent looking. Got to do a couple more adjustments here, get everything nice and lined up, make sure the handlebars are nice and lined up. We're gonna take it for a spin, charge the battery. Look at that, huh? Pretty cool. So this is a folding bike, as you can see, breaks down right here in the middle. We'll demonstrate that here in a little bit. But first things first, let's get it on the charger, finish that up, and then take it for a quick shakedown and make sure everything works. Overall, I'm gonna say this thing's got a lot of features. You can see here's throttle. Throttle's on the left-hand side. Interesting, most of them are on the right. Some of them are on the left. Carla's gonna like that. Carla likes the left hand because she's left-handed. Again, hydraulic brakes, we're really happy about that. Controls there. Wrapped grips, I like this. The feel of these grips, really nice. Ergonomic. They're a little bit smaller than most, but not a problem. Feels pretty decent. You can see transmission right here, so you get your shift levers right there. Full suspension. Check it out. I'm into it. This is gonna help out, especially on terrain. So this is a well-equipped bike. Got front suspension, fully adjustable, lockout here, and rear suspension as well. Nice luggage rack here. Put all kinds of stuff on there. Seats decently low. This is a good bike for shorter person for sure. Adjustable handlebar. We can adjust this way up. Not going to, but you could. Most of these folding bikes have a pretty narrow width, so that's kind of cool too. You can go places that most of the bikes can't go. And at the end of the day, you can fold it up and put it in your car. So anyway, let's charge it up. Then we'll put it in the car, take it to the farm, and give it a shake. All right, so I went ahead and folded it up just to see what we're looking at here. This is a pretty big bike. This is the biggest folding bike that I've encountered. It's not super compact, even if I do know that this will fit in the trunk of a car. This will fit in the hatch of the Golf, but it's big and it's heavy. It's not a small thing. So this one, I'm not going to say is a great choice for somebody who's not pretty strong and pretty capable of lifting 100 pounds, I'd say, or close to it. So pretty big bike, pretty big folder. I don't know. I think I'm going to give this thing a try. I'm going to go take it out and ride it. But again, pretty big for a folding bike. All right, guys, we're back at the farm. It's actually been like a week. I'm sorry. I got really sick. I got flu times 10. I thought it was COVID, took a COVID test. It wasn't, thankfully. But still, it hit me down pretty hard. And I actually got sick like 2 or 3 times. It took me over a week just to get over it. So I'm finally back. I'm finally able to do some testing here on the ENGWE e-bike. This is the Engine Pro from ENGWE. If you guys didn't see the unboxing, go back, watch it. Actually, it's going to be part of the same video. I'm just going to make one video. Anyway, here we are. We're back at the farm. This is a folding bike. This is actually the largest of the folding bikes I've had. I think I explained that in the unboxing. It's a full-size bike. Man, I'll tell you, if you're a big rider, you can get this bike. If you're a short rider, you can get this bike. I love the adjustability. The seat goes all the way down nice and low. I love a low seat. I have a pretty small inseam compared to my height. And then the handlebars, man, let me tell you, there's adjustment. You can really go to the moon with this right here on this adjustment. But either way, we're going to give it a little ride around the farm now. I'm pretty excited because this actually has some decent hardware compared to some of the other bikes that we've tested. This has hydraulic disc brakes, like I explained, which I'm a huge fan of. It also has a full suspension, and it's got a cantilever instead of the suspension being in the back where you're limiting how much play and travel you get. This is in the front, so you give a cantilever suspension. It's going to be able to actuate much further out here, so the distance there is a lot better. With this, you got the cantilever right here in the middle here that actuates. So full suspension on this bike, pretty cool. The graphics are nice. Everything's actually pretty high-end looking on this, and I'm excited to see how it does because this is a folding bike, as I mentioned. The only thing about it that I would say would make it one step better is if it was a step through. But it's so low, it's almost a step through. Like I can just step over it, no problem. It's not like you have to hold onto it and climb over. But either way, another cool feature on this bike, it has regenerative braking. So, you know, that's not a feature that's on most of these e-bikes, especially at this price point. So we've got regenerative braking, we've got hydraulic disc brakes, and a really nice cantilever full suspension. So far, this thing hits every box. It's a little bit different than most of the other e-bike varieties. The gear selector is a little bit different. It's got the dual triggers, which I actually kind of like. It also has an integrated horn into the throttle control. So that's kind of cool. The throttle is on the left side versus the right. But other than that, really nice. So let's go ahead and turn it on. You can see the screen come on. Full color screen. I like that. You got your pedal assist levels up to 5. And those basically limit speed. So another thing, it has a cruise control feature. If you hold the throttle down long enough, it will actually hold at the speed that you're at, and you don't have to hold it down anymore, and you can just tap it or tap the brake and it shuts it off. So this thing's loaded with features. And I wouldn't get this to be a speed demon, but I'm pretty sure it will do probably in the upper 20s. We'll see. I'm not going to focus on speed or range on this test. I really do think this is an overall nice example of a folding bike that can really handle some terrain being a full suspension. So without further ado, let's go ahead and mount it, take it around the farm and see how it absorbs all this stuff. I'm also wearing, for safety, I've got my ENGWE helmet. If you guys haven't seen these, get yourself one. Really cool. They've got lights. There's a little button on the back here to turn on the lights. And it's got a headlight. It's got a brake light, or a tail light, I should say. Definitely amps up your safety. So a nice feature to have. And it's adjustable with this little thing here. You can tighten it down. Nice helmet. So anyway, let's get on this thing and rip it around the farm. Okay, so I've been riding this around. The battery's down about 80%. I've been testing it myself just to see how it handles the abuse. And so far, no rattles, no bumps, nothing's falling apart. So I'm pretty happy with that. But we'll go ahead and dial in some speed here and just take it around the farm and see how she does. So left-hand throttle, very nice. It's a smooth throttle, so you don't have to worry about it being like herky-jerky or anything. And the grass, I haven't cut in like 12 days, so almost 2 weeks. So the grass is fully developed. We are not cheating at all here. But let's go ahead. This is a 750 watt motor, so it's not going to break any speed records. But I mean, for that power level, you're actually getting a decent amount of speed. So no problem with this typical grass terrain. It actually does feel pretty nice. Remember, these are smaller tires. These are 20-inch tires, so you're not going to be able to get that real super smooth rolling. But because of that full suspension, it actually eats up most of that. So let's go through some of this terrain here, see how it does. No problem. I picked up some sticks. There we go. Let's go off into the sand here. So this would be like kind of like the beach. See, we're going over the sand, no problem. Easy stuff. Back onto the grass. And I'll demonstrate the cruise control. I just accidentally dropped the throttle there, but let's see. If you hold this throttle for a little while, it kind of gets to the throttle that you have kind of set, and you let go. Now, look, I'm not touching the throttle, and it just goes on its own. So you have your hands free for doing stuff, and if you want to actually turn it off, you just tap the brake, and it turns off the throttle. Or you can tap the throttle as well. But not bad at all. I'm actually enjoying this. It's handling this grass pretty well. No problem. This is really tall grass. We're talking like 10-inch grass or close to it. Look at that. All right, we'll go over this log here. And not a problem. Railroad ties onto this pea gravel. Easy. No problem at all. Look at that. No complaints from me on that one. And the brakes, so good. So as you can see, terrain, no problem. I had it on speed 3, and it was doing pretty good. I think it was like probably like 15 miles an hour or so. No problem though. I think that riding this around on a farm, a ranch, or something like that, huge plus. Hunters, definitely think about this. You can fold this thing and stick it in the back of your car. You don't even have to take up any truck space and bed space in the back. You can literally put this in the back of the cab, and you won't even know. It is a little bit heavier, like I said, than most of the folding bikes that I've played around with. So expect a little extra weight. You got a little extra muscle, but it's robust. It's definitely going to handle quite a bit of abuse. And you can see built-in energy recovery system. So there's your regenerative braking. Pretty cool. You touch the brake, it actually engages the motor kind of like in reverse and actually puts power back into the battery for you. So really cool. That's the initial run up on this bike. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I have some other folding bikes, but I think this might be my new go-to. So stay tuned. We're gonna do some more testing with this, but initial review of the ENGWE Engine Pro. Thumbs up. I like it. I love the disc brakes. I love the full suspension. Everything feels tight on this bad boy. It's got a nice sturdy rack. I know we can add some more there. I wish it had a provision for a basket, but that kind of takes away from the folding of the bike. So maybe we can just incorporate some sort of quick release basket on the back here for carrying more stuff. And this might be our new ranch hand. So stay tuned, see how this thing fares over time. And if you want one of these, check out the link below. Tell them I sent you.